Billions by the billionaire club. It don't matter, but please don't stub. Check the shrub on the ground and pick it up. Put it in the can. My nigga, who you are is a man. Don't be a beginner of such. I keep it going real high off a Dutch. What do you know? Is it stick or clutch? Automatic? I'm back with the static. Then I'll let you have it. Each and every way, no matter my nigga, each and all of y'all pray. And don't forget the goodness of the day, cause everything that goes wrong, hit the bong all night long, get the gong, fuck out of here. Voila! It's your brother John Mack in the building, aka Mindbender. And I got a little something extra for y'all today. As I stated in my previous pod, it's great to be back after a little hiatus. Sometimes you gotta take a break away from this shit and handle personal business. And following these stories can sometimes take a toll out of us. But don't think that I haven't been paying attention. I've been paying attention intently and innately. And the stories that I pick and choose from, it gives me a greater basket to sit back and watch them actually collect, and salivate in people's minds and, perception over time. It gives me a better perspective on how to come at the situation from my understanding. Wow, giving a lot of my viewers out there time to think about the introspection of what is going on. Some of the distractions, some of the way that, we're taking off pace so easily, due to the Johnny-come-lately story that'll be flushed out of our system with the next news cycle. But here's a story that keeps giving like Thanksgiving, and it really opens your mind to think about a lot of things. First of all, let me say congratulations, Kendrick Lamar. The GNX album is all that I thought it would be. Dope as fuck. And, solidifying himself as one of the top MCs ever. Showing one of the top vehicles ever in the Grand National. 87 specifically. I think that's the year that Lamar was born, and makes a lot of sense, especially compared to what I have to say. Now, Kendrick, although doing great things for the West Coast and lifting the spirit and morale of people in California, is one thing that I have to say. It's absolutely phenomenal the way the young man conducted business and going about himself and doing what he's doing. And it's really hard to hate on a guy lyrically and production-wise who delivers and always lives up to the hype. Despite my harsh criticism on one of the songs that he did during the whole Drake diss campaign. I was confused by it, but then later on we got the monster mega hit Not Like Us, and that pretty much cleared all that shit up. But it got me to thinking, about J. Cole specifically. What an opportunity missed. It would have been better to be immortalized by a diss by Kendrick Lamar than totally ostracized and forgotten by everyone else other than your personal fan base. And J. Cole is one of those artists to me who is always missing something. Like, his albums are good, but they're always missing something. Something. And he never came off to me as the number one guy, especially when he spent all his time giving ode to other rappers before him. And it was like, man, talk about some things that are actually relevant, not just your personal trophy case of MCs and shit. And although we've seen him hold himself lyrically high on plenty of songs, and it's undeniable that J. Cole is a very formidable artist, especially for this day and time. Actually, one of the best in this day and time. I'm sorry, but Kendrick has distanced himself in the best conversation from you, my friend, by leagues. Okay, first of all, trying to start a diss and apologizing for it is not hip hop. It's the same not hip hop as Drake filing a lawsuit, but we will go there in a minute. I don't want to jump the gun. J. Cole, starting a beef and then apologizing for it, it seemed very unmasculine, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we would have said, anything else in the 80s about a man doing that, we would have called him a pussy. Straight up. We just said this dude's a pussy. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to any women out there or anybody of any other gender identification or whatever you may call it. I'm specifically talking about J. Cole, who touts himself as an alpha male, but acts like he sits down when he has to urinate. And that really doesn't sit well with a lot of hip-hop fans. We've never seen that before. Hell, we watched Ja Rule go out dismally, like killing a dog or something. And still we had no remorse. We said, let us see the carcass. That's just how it is. So really, J. Cole, for you J. Cole fans out there, it's a dead conversation. And there's no redemption. I don't care if he makes an album that is so dope, gold starts to grow from the tree and fall off. Still have to check his masculinity and make sure that he has a third leg between his legs, because most of us in the hip-hop world conceive J. Cole as a vaginal thinker. Now, let's get to the real story here. J. Cole being a Jay-Z artist, right? A Jay-Z artist. Jay-Z is the one who sought after J. Cole and signed him to Roc Nation. And you wonder if the beef between Jay-Z and Drake also, reiterated by Kanye on the Watch the Throne album, how much content and hatred really that Drake has garnered in this business. Now let me read a little something to y'all. Jay-Z and Universal Music Group, UMG, have mounted a partnership that allows Roc Nation, Jay-Z Entertainment Company, to operate as a standalone label with UMG. Oh, that tells me everything right there. That tells me everything. But let's go one further. Another company that Drake alleges in his lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar. Jay-Z's music is available on Spotify since 2019. I don't need to go any further. Y'all can read the rest for yourselves. Since 2019. It's 5 years in the making. That's 5 years in the Jamaican. What the fuck, man? So now we know why Kendrick Lamar was suited to be in a Super Bowl only a couple years later after being in the Super Bowl with Dr. Dre. Relationships are forged and formed, hands are shaken, and deals are made in the boardroom 5 years ahead of time. That's deep. Drake's lawsuit might have some legs. I'm just saying here. Nobody really wants to go there because it's a taboo, kind of like J. Cole bowing out of that battle. Just something to think about. Peace.